Hello class, it is July 21st and I will be presenting the Internet of Things and the two subtopics that I chose today. So the Internet of Things, this title and this homepage was done by Jonathan. Very nicely done here with the wiki contributors, very easy access. So my name is Creasy Lopez and I did infrastructure and homes and wearables. Let's navigate over to there. Let's start off with homes and wearables. So the idea of having smart homes is not new. We live in a world where everything needs to be convenient for us, and we love having that convenience whenever we're coming home from work or during break. Most of us live very busy lives, and just having these tools such as Amazon's Echo that can help with just simple tasks, it really helps us to enjoy our day more. So I found a video on YouTube. Here, let me play it. I know there will be no sound to it, but I can just briefly explain parts of the video. It's very interesting actually. So this home 8 months ago was not what you will see here. It was not a smart home, and now it is. And very simple way of doing that. It's all just with Amazon's Echo. So basically, just connect any device to that, and we can have things done like turning on all the lights in our house by simply telling it to. The Blue Moon Universal Radio can help us just turn on fans, turn on TVs, and then the thermostat, the smart thermostat, can really help with saving on electricity bills. Basically, some smart thermostats, as you see here, they can actually adjust the heat of the house if no motion is detected. So if nobody's in the house, you don't need the heat. And since a smart thermostat knows that, they will just turn the temperature to something that can help you save in your electricity bill. As Jonathan pointed out in his page, The Future, by the year 2020, there will be anywhere from 25 to 50 billion IoT objects, which is crazy to think of. Back in the 2000s, you would never have imagined something like this. But so most of these IoT objects will actually be in the convenience of our homes. They will be in the reach of our hands, because everything that we do is basically on our phones most of the day. So the inventors, the creators of this type of technology know that, and they make it very easy to have objects connected to your phone that you can use with just downloading an app. So homes and wearables is a topic that to me was very interesting, because when you think about it, it's really the most basic of all these other topics, right? Health, cities and stores, the auto industry, homes and wearables. It's really just personal. You have a phone, you have a couple of IoT objects, they're connected to your phone. It makes life way easier for you. But with that being said, that this topic, homes and wearables, leads to other topics such as cities and stores. It leads to infrastructure, and obviously leads to the future. So, moving on to infrastructure. This is my second subtopic, actually. Thought it was very interesting how IoT can help with our infrastructure. So when we talk about infrastructure, it's we're talking about bridges, we're talking about roads, buildings, any facilities really that needs some sort of infrastructure, some sort of backbone to it. So I decided to just focus on bridges because honestly, you could write tons of articles on the infrastructure of roads and all the other things I listed. So I decided to just focus on one thing and making sure that I did a good job at that. So bridges are something that most of us go through, if not daily, at least weekly, right? With IoT, there are sensors that gather a lot of data, different data on the vibration of the bridge, the temperature of the bridge, if there is any need for expansion on the bridge. Without IoT, we basically just, in order to say, do a yearly, an annual inspection that's required by law, you would just do it by eye. Just 10, 15 engineers would look at the bridge and see, is the bridge okay? Is there any damage on it? Which is really, it's almost outdated at this point, and it's not safe. With IoT, since it's gathering all this data, we'll know whether the bridge needs to be fixed, whether it needs to expand. Safety is very important to us. If we're going from point A to point B, we need to go through a bridge. We don't want any accidents to happen. And let's see, what else did I have here? Okay, so in countries like Spain, there's a lot of tourism, right? Spain is big on tourism, and they're actually starting to use IoT very heavily because it helps, in Madrid, which is a city in Spain, there are two huge soccer teams, one of them being Real Madrid, and whenever Real Madrid plays, the city is just, it's outrageous, the amount of people there, the amount of parking that you need for that, the amount of restaurants open during this time, sports bars. So with IoT, they can actually better understand what they would need in order to have a successful night or a successful weekend, in as far as parking goes, as far as traffic, as far as the number of workers that each business needs. So IoT is not just something that can be used by, businesses. It's actually something that the government is big on starting to use, because they know that in the long run it helps a lot. So then I chose this video. It's a video for how Toronto, city in Canada, is actually taking steps to becoming a smart city. and it's very interesting. It's not a long video, it's only about 4 minutes, but it's just so interesting to see how Toronto is one of the first cities that is taking a big step towards having all this IoT around them and being comfortable with it, because they know that it is the future. So yeah, obviously Jonathan does a great job here of talking about the future, so I won't go into that. But yeah, this is what I did with this project. It was awesome. Homes and wearables and infrastructure, of course. Very fun project to do. It was my first time doing something like this, but I really enjoyed it, and I'm glad I had such a great group that everybody did their part. Everybody really cooperated with one another in order to get this done. So, yep, this is the Internet of Things. My name, again, Creasy Lopez, and thank you, class.